Good evening, you're watching News Mongolian World. I'm your host, Tanragan Batar. And for our top stories, 1,348 confirmed cases and 14 additional deaths reported on Monday. Millennium Challange Corporation awards the winners of the Mongolian Water Stories Film competition. Northern Province governors stress the urgent need to address pollution and natural hazards. And for the news, stay tuned. The Ministry of Health reported that 1,348 new COVID-19 cases were confirmed on Monday and 14 people have died.
The Ministry of Health today, October 11th, has reported that 1,348 COVID-19 cases were detected in the past 24 hours after tests were carried out at PCR laboratories across the country, and 6,477 patients who are being treated recovered within the past 24 hours. Unfortunately, 14 people died due to COVID-19 complications. All new cases are of domestic transmission, 835 out of which were confirmed in Ulaanbaatar, and the remaining 513 were confirmed in the provinces. 19,957 COVID-19 patients are being treated at hospitals nationwide. Additionally, 55,387 patients are being treated at home. Among the COVID-19 patients being treated at hospitals nationwide, 10,524 are showing mild symptoms of illness and 338 are in critical condition. Currently in Mongolia, 2,252,748 people have received their first COVID-19 vaccine dose nationwide, and 2,133,729 people have received a second dose of a vaccine.
Each year, the Russian government grants around 15,000 scholarships to international students. Last year, 550 Mongolian students received scholarships. In 2022, the Russian government will grant scholarships to 600 Mongolian students.
Applications for the Russian Federation scholarship must be submitted on educationinrussia.com for October 31st.
The Russian government has increased the number of annual scholarships for Mongolian citizens to 600 this year. Mongolian students can study in any city or at any university for any major they want. They have the opportunity to study for free on a scholarship from the Russian government.
Applicants will be selected based on their GPA, their achievements, and participation in international conferences and Olympiads. The entire registration and selection process will be done online.
The governors of Mongolia's northern provinces discussed the implementation of green development policies and issues requiring urgent action during an event held in collaboration with Asian Development Bank.
The discussion included risk posed by environmental degradation, pollution, and exposure to natural hazards. This event was the ADB's fourth out of 5 regional consultations covering 5 provinces with diverse and active economic landscapes: Булган, Дархан, Улорхон, Сэлэнг, and Хусгал.
These discussions will help guide many future dialogues on how ADB can support Mongolia to achieve inclusive and sustainable development. ADB's newly launched country partnership strategy for Mongolia highlights strengthening rural and urban linkages as one of the priority areas of operation. Development of larger secondary cities like Darkhan and Irtnet will help decongest Ulaanbaatar and drive competitiveness and diversification across the country, as we heard from the province governors today.
The event started with virtual site visits to education, infrastructure, and trade facilitation projects that have demonstrated economic, social, and environmental benefits. During the second part of the event, representatives of central and local governments discussed promoting economic diversification in the region to support the creation of jobs and income opportunities for local residents. A panel discussion focused on the government's green development vision for the region, the implementation of priority investment projects, and ADB's role in advancing rural development. Participants noted that while increasing productivity is key to the successful implementation of green development policies, environmental degradation, pollution, and exposure to natural hazards also required urgent attention. The north region of Mongolia features rich, arable land fed by big rivers, scenic landscapes, accommodating big herds and nomadic lifestyles, and the largest freshwater lake in the country. Province centers in the region have the infrastructure and urban service base to provide advantages for business development.
Now let's take a look at Mongolia's current affairs.
The Mongolian Film Institute and the U.S. government's Millennium Challange Corporation announced the winners of the Water Stories Film competition, which focused on the importance of water for Ulaanbaatar. The U.S. Embassy's Deputy Chief of Mission Gregory May presented awards to 3 filmmakers. The grand prize went to Hodlang for her new short film Precious Gem, which the competition's panel of judges described as a creative combination of current water issues, mythology, live action, and animation. Sanjay Baltang received a special mention for his short film Water. The panelists appreciated that his plea for changing water consumption habits was conveyed in a manner that was as clear as water. Mandoha received an award in the Young Filmmakers category for her short film Coupon, which was recognized as a creative use of limited resources to address the inequality of water use among apartment and gear area residents. The film competition was organized in conjunction with the Mongolia Water Compact, which is funded by Millennium Challange Corporation. Mongolia's compact will build the critical infrastructure necessary to sustain Ulaanbaatar's water supply and will positively impact more than 55% of Mongolia's population. Dedicated to the 60th anniversary of Mongolia's accession to the United Nations, the Ministry of Food, Agriculture and Light Industry of Mongolia, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Mongolia, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, and Dairy Asia Secretariat Office organized the consultative meeting Dairy Asia Perspective. Ambassadors, government representatives, and officials from foreign diplomatic missions in Mongolia participated in the meeting. Minister of Food, Agriculture and Light Industry Min Tsakheng, Minister of Foreign Affairs Batsitik, and UN FAO representative in Mongolia, Dr. Vinod Ahoja, gave opening remarks. The meeting focused on the Dairy Asia Partnership, development goals, sustainability frameworks, further actions, the difference between the Asian and European dairy sectors, cow and non-cow milk production, and the importance of sharing knowledge and practical experiences in the dairy sector. Attendees also discussed the Action Network's proposed expansion to Northeast Asia, Central Asia, and West Asia, the process of obtaining Dairy Asia membership, the current status of Mongolia's dairy sector, policy and legal environment, the uniqueness of the country's traditional livestock industry, dairy value chain, consumer prospects, and cooperation in the dairy industry.
Now let's take a look at the currency exchange rates provided by Mongol Bank. Now let's take a look at the weather forecast of world's major cities. Well, that's all for today, and thank you for staying with us. We will see you tomorrow with more news and updates. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.